Testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing, testing. Alright, we're good. We are good. Son of a gun. How is everybody doing? I don't even know if there's people in here, but that doesn't really matter. You guys can see I got the terminal up on trades I'm in right now. Got some good gold positions. I'm in a couple that are obviously down too, but I got some good positions low that I'm going to hold on to for a while. And hopefully we've seen the bottom, but we may not, so we may not have seen the bottom yet. So hopefully we've seen it, but we may not have seen the bottom yet. And if we haven't, that's okay. We'll buy more. We will buy more if we have to. But you can see the terminal is up right now. No FOMO, homo trading for me. We don't hide behind TradingView or anything, like I always say. So we came down a pretty significant level. Let's do one more thing. Alright, this should be good. Am I talking to myself? Still talking to myself? No, there's a couple people. How are you guys doing today? Hey Kurt, how you doing? Yeah, I definitely saw plenty of bottoms on South Beach. But we did hit that area on gold a couple times, that 1742 area, and I was driving home last night. What a long day yesterday. But I was driving home last night and I thought for sure I'd wake up this morning and we'd be up a little bit higher, but we topped out at 1757, so we made a new high in the middle of no man's land, which was weird a little bit, but sometimes that happens. And then we came back down to this level today, so I got a couple more positions in right around the 1742 and 1745 area. But you can also see, well, you can't really see right now, but I'm in buys at 1773, 1768, 1767, 1750 something, and then a couple of other ones as well. So I'm down on some of those trades right now, which is fine. I don't mind being down on that. I'll hold these trades for as long as I need to. But I do think we're going to move up. I really do think we're going to move up, and we might just come back to that 1758 area today. We'll see. It's Friday, and we'll see what happens. But I do think we're going to come back up to that 1758. And if we get past that 1758 area, then your next area is that 1768 area. So I'll be holding these trades. If I have to, like I said, I'll add more down lower. But I think we've seen the bottom for now. I always say that, and then it surprises me again. But I think we have seen the bottom for a little while. There was obviously some good news in the U.S. economy this week, which will fade. Right? You get that 2-day thing on it, and I think it'll fade. So I do think we'll get a nice move up. I think we're going to go back up to that 1785 area, and if we do, and if we go back up to that area, this account will make really good money on that trade. So we hit a double bottom here, right around here at 1742 or 1737, got everybody going short, sucker played them, right? And now it's moving back up again. So I think we'll retouch this 1758 area today by the end of the day, hopefully. But again, if we move lower, I will look to add to positions lower as well. But lower means, I mean, lower is a lot lower, right? But you see that 4 hour starting to give us a nice pattern. Lower would be that 1680 area. You have to go to the daily chart. Lower would be the 1680 area. So I probably wouldn't, if it goes lower, I probably wouldn't add again unless it went down to 1680, and that was the low of August 5th, as you can see right there, making that mark, and then there. I would definitely add to a buy position at that point. We'll see if I need to. I don't know. Yeah, they're cooking their books. They always cook their books, though. The Fed is not one to be trusted. So, and they cook their books a lot. So, but if it does go down more, that's fine. Like I said, I've positioned myself in these trades that I'm not worried about it. I can handle the swings, and I like to swing trade, and that's the way I'm going to do it. And it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to, I guess, right? Like I always say. But yeah, it was a long travel day for me yesterday, and I am exhausted. But I woke up and got some pretty good sleep last night. So let's look at the pound yen as well. This is Jarvis is doing all the pound yen trading for me, so I don't have to do anything on the pound yen. And we should be getting Jarvis on gold today, hopefully. So I won't have to trade gold manually. But you can see on the pound yen, we came down. That's 49 area, 149, and then we've started to make a move up, and there's been several opportunities to buy the GJ with the pattern. That would have been a great one right there. That was a good one right there. This one right there would have been great. Jarvis costs $4.99 if you want to just, it's a one-time fee, and if you want to just be able to put it on your own personal account, it costs $4.99. It's a one-time fee, and then you get to keep it for forever. And we don't have any. There's no like profit sharing. There's no like, it's just a one-time fee, and then you can have it. But if you can see those circles there, there was multiple opportunities to buy the GJ, and now what it did is it came up, touched this, didn't have enough momentum, now did this, a little bit of this, and now we might get another candle. If we get this candle to close with the pattern, I think we will end up breaching this top area here at 151.88. I do believe that. If we get to that area again, and I do believe we'll breach that. And then we go to the 4 hour. Here's the 151.88 area on the 4 hour from September 16th. If we get above there, then you come back up to that 152.85 area. Well, that's good, man. I did notice on those on the messages in the Telegram group, you are learning how to hold the trades better, and I think that's awesome. I think we will get up to this 151.88, and then if we bust through there, we'll get up to the 152.85 area. But I'm just going to let Jarvis do the trading on the GJ. There's no reason for me to manually trade the GJ when my algorithm will do it for me. Okay, on the pound Aussie, you can see it. You can see on the pound Aussie, I've got a couple buys on the pound Aussie as well. And if you'll notice on the pound Aussie on the 1 hour chart, once it hit those lows, right over here, you can start to see momentum. So now you're closing, every time you close on the 1 hour chart, you're closing with higher lows. So I do believe the US 30 will be up. I didn't develop, it's based on my trading strategy, right? It's based on my pattern, but I didn't do it. I'm not a programmer. I'm not good at it. Quinn did it. Quinn and Tim are excellent at that kind of stuff. I don't do that stuff, so I hire people that are better at stuff than I am. It's based on my trading, but I'm not the one that programmed it. So I don't want to take full credit for that because Quinn and Tim get a lot of credit for that. But you can see higher lows forming on the pound Aussie. And so I do believe, we're kind of at a significant level right now. So we'll see what it does, but there's a good chance we can pop up on that one as well. It's based on the pattern. Yeah, that's all it is the pattern. It trades the pattern. So it trades that long tail, and it trades just the trend, right? So it establishes what the trend is, Jarvis does, and then it will just take trades in the direction of the trend. So it's pretty sweet. To me, it's pretty sweet. And there's still improvements that can be made. There's still stuff that I know that Quinn wants to do to it and that I would like done to it to make it even better. But I know that Quinn is definitely wanting to do that. Yeah, automated it. Yep, we automated it. And so you got higher lows forming. I just want to focus on this just for a minute. You got higher lows forming on the pound Aussie, right? Every time this hour candle is closing, it's closing with a higher low. So I do believe that that's bullish momentum to the upside. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So we'll see what happens on that. But I do have a couple buy positions in there, and if I need to, I will add more to that one. Okay, pretty simple. An area you can look at is this area here, the high from the 21st of September at 189.01. Okay, if you look at that area there, that was a significant area of resistance a couple days ago when I was sitting on the beach at South Beach. What's going on, Brother Ace? And then if we get through that area, then you can look up to these higher levels. All you're doing is you're marking up your charts and you're looking at your major support and resistance levels, right? And saying, well, if it gets past this major one right here, where we're at right now, actually, where's the next major resistance level, right? If we're at 188.61 and we're at that level, all you do is you just look to your left and you say, where's your next significant area? And it's 189.01 from there, and it just multiple times here, here, and just danced around this area. So once we get through here, what I'd like to see is a push up, pull back, and then a trade up to there, right? But all you're doing when you get through a major resistance level, your next thing to say is, okay, where is the next logical area that it might bounce from? If it's going to go back down, where's the next logical? And it doesn't mean it can't go down from in here, but that's usually no man's land, and typically they bounce at major support or resistance levels. So the next major resistance level, if we get through this one right here, is 189.01, right? Now, if we break below, right, if we don't get that, and this candle just goes like this and breaks below, then we pull back to this level at 88.61, then you can sell down, and then you say, where are my target levels on that? Would be this here, 87.72 area, and then you're just marking up. You're going to the left and you're looking at where those major support levels are. It's really, really simple trading. It's not difficult. Bank order areas, liquidity zones, whatever you want to call it, whatever fancy name you want to call it, I don't really care what you call it. It's just basic support and resistance to me. But if you want to call it support and resistance, you want to call it liquidity zones, you want whatever you want to call it, whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you up in the morning. But all you're doing is when you get into a trade, you're saying, where are my next major support or where are my next major resistance levels when you're looking for targets on your buys or on your sells. Okay. Then on the US 30, I got to be honest with you, I did not anticipate this going back up again. There's no fucking way in hell I anticipated that. So we had a nice move down, and now we've broken above this level at 34.602, which was resistance. We've broken above it, and now you're sitting on you broke above, now you pulled back. If this candle closes like this, I would look for a buy. If this candle closes with that tail longer, because you broke above, right? You broke above this 34.602 level. Now you're pulling back, and then you can buy, and your targets are going to be up at this next level, right? Really, really simple trading. It's not complicated. It doesn't take a degree in rocket science to understand basic support and resistance, trading pullbacks at support and resistance areas. It's not complicated. It's the most easy way to trade, and people don't take advantage of it. So if we close this candle in the next 43 minutes with this candle looking like this, I would definitely look for a buy. If we come and break below these areas and then pull back, then you look for sells, and your targets are down, back down here at these levels here. Okay, so you're just playing around those support and resistance levels, and you're trying to figure out. It's really, really easy. It's not complicated. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. I'm extremely exhausted. I was on a flight for 8 hours yesterday, and then I had a 3-hour drive home. And it's really crazy because I flew from Miami to Los Angeles, and I probably flew right over my house, or, you know, in Idaho. And then it's a 3-hour drive from my house to Salt Lake, which it's a lot cheaper to fly out of Salt Lake than it is to fly out of Boise, Idaho. So then I flew from LA to Salt Lake, and I probably flew over my house again. So they should have just let me parachute out of there a couple times. It would have saved me a lot of time yesterday. So it was basically about 12 hours from the time I got on the plane in Miami till I pulled into my driveway here in Idaho. So 12 hours. It's a long day. It's a long ass day, and I'll be down there one more time next month, and I think I'll be done for a little bit at least. We'll see. But there's multiple opportunities that are going to be happening here pretty quick. I don't know if I'll stay on for another 45 minutes. There's a ton of stuff I'd like to do. Clean out my car. Get ready to go camping with the kids this weekend tonight. I want to go camping again. So I don't know if I'll stay on for that, but you guys know what you're doing. Yeah, you definitely have to sign a big time waiver for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking for. We'll see what happens. But Miami was great. My room was, you guys saw the pictures. If you haven't seen the pictures, I'll show you. My room was, the view I had of the ocean was spectacular. The ocean was everything was spectacular, but my room view was just amazing. Let's see if there it is right there. That literally was the view from my room. And that's, for me, that's pretty spectacular. I enjoy it. It's a way for me to just kind of unwind a little bit and just relax, get away, have some peace and quiet. But it's pretty splendid. And I spend a lot of time right there at that pool. There was the view there. Lots of bottoms, yeah. We don't need that. That was from Dallas. But yeah, there was my little room, and then you stepped out onto the balcony, and you had that view right there, which was just phenomenal. So, and I did it. It was $700 for the entire week, round trip ticket and room and everything. So it's a pretty sweet deal, actually. And there's the beach right there, crystal clear water. Just pretty phenomenal. That guy. The only reason I took a picture of that guy is because that was on FOMC day, and I wanted to say this guy's no FOMO homo trading. This guy's probably looking at gold and saying, don't FOMO trade today. So, but that's what I was doing while the rate statement was going on. Had my computer sitting there, but that guy was like, no FOMO homo trading right there. He's looking at gold saying, don't FOMO this bad boy. That slice of pizza is massive. That slice of pizza, that's some of the best pizza I've ever had in my life right there. That thing is greasy, massive, and beautiful, all rolled up into a little bun. It's amazing. There's ugly old me just staring at that sunset. I was trying to take a picture of the sunset. Probably didn't do a great job of that, but that was a beautiful sunset. All right, so do you guys have the plan? Even if it's Friday, if it's Friday and I get these patterns here in 40 minutes, I probably would take another trade. But once it gets past about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I probably won't do another one after that, but we'll see. But you guys kind of have the plan that we're looking for. Should be pretty easy, actually. So we'll see if it happens. We'll see if this bad boy happens. And I'm going to hold on to these trades no matter what. I will be holding on to these trades over the weekend, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. But excited to be back. Excited to be home with the kids and the wife. I miss my freaking kids when I'm gone. It's just not the same. My wife usually goes with me to Miami. I've been there, I think, 8 times in the last year, and she usually goes with me. She couldn't go this time, but it's just not the same without my wife going with me. So it's nice to have my best friend with me. So, but she wasn't. She was here with the kids. But and I got burnt. I'm a lobster right now. So, but are there any questions before I take off? I just wanted to throw down a few analysis on this stuff so you guys can know what to do. Kurt, you can just DM me, and if you need to do 2 payments, you can do 2 payments. If you need whatever you need to do, you just need to DM me. But Jarvis will be trading gold after this weekend. It trades GJ. It trades the US 30. It trades all of it. The reason I can't trade the US 30 on on the Savage brokers because it's 100 to 1 leverage. So this account needs to have 7 grand in it in order to even think about trading the US 30. So we'll get 7 grand above 7 grand, or 6 grand in there now, or 6,300. But we'll get this above 7,000 this weekend, and then we'll put Jarvis on the US 30 because that's really what Jarvis was meant to do. Jarvis was meant to trade the US 30. That's what it was programmed for. So once we get that on this one, the game will be over. I'm extremely pleased with the way that Jarvis is working. And if you just look at it, we could just do something real quick, and I'll show you guys this. If Jarvis was trading the US 30 this week, you would have had multiple opportunities, right? You would have multiple opportunities to trade the US 30 with Jarvis this week, and it looks like you would have done really well with it. You would have lost a couple times, right? And losses happen. Remember, losses are a part of the game. And I don't know if Jarvis would have taken these two because there's a tail at the bottom. I'm not sure. We're just looking for ones that are very, very significant. So there was a few opportunities, but I think Jarvis would have done really well on the US 30 on this account this week. So we'll look to get that money in there this weekend so that Jarvis can trade the US 30. I don't like 100 to 1 leverage. I think it's crazy. I'm used to trading 500 to 1 leverage, and it definitely changes my trading a little bit. I like 100. I like 500 to 1 leverage. I'm a swing trader, right? So I'm looking, as you can see on some of these, I'm looking to add to positions if they go against me. And it's a lot harder to do that when you're trading with 100 to 1 leverage. You have to be a little bit more careful on where you position things. So I'm down 140 bucks on all of these trades combined right now, but it was a good week. I like using Henko Trade, and the reason I like using Henko Trade is because you can trade micro minis on the US 30. So usually you're trading $1 lots on the US 30. All of them are basically non-US based brokers. So usually it's a $1 lot on the US 30 is the minimum, right? But on Henko Trade, you can do a micro mini, which is 10 cents. And I like doing that if I'm swing trading the US 30, right? Because it makes it a hell of a lot easier to swing trade it. But I like their broker. I really like the broker. And I'm trying to get Daniel and JP to hopefully get the leverage up to at least 200 or 300 to 1 on some of this stuff. But we'll see. All right, but it's the weekend. I would say enjoy your weekend. It looks like the pound Aussie might be giving us. So remember what we look for. If we're looking for buys, the pound Aussie starting this 1 hour candle starting to form it. If we're looking for buys, we're looking for that tail longer than the body of the candle right there at the close of the 1 hour candle. That's what we're looking for if we're looking to buy. If we're looking to sell, it's a wick at the top longer than the body with no tail, right? But that pound Aussie looks like it may be forming that here soon. So we'll see. And it looks like the pound GJ might be forming it as well. Let's go look at the GJ real quick. Yeah, so you can see the beginnings of that pattern forming on the GJ, but we've got a little bit of time left. So we want to make sure. And really what that pattern symbolizes is that sellers are getting rejected and there is some buying coming into the market. We'll see if the buying pressure is enough, but usually what that pattern symbolizes is that there's buyers coming into the market, right? That sellers are getting rejected and that there's an order block, whatever you want to call it, order block. Again, you determine what you want to call the damn thing. I don't really care. But that pattern is starting to form. And if it does, and we break above, I think we will break through this time. But we'll see. I'm not going to sit around for another 32 minutes, I don't think. I'm going to go get some stuff done, some laundry, and clean out my car and everything. But I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I'll be headed back down there in about 3 weeks, one more time. And then the holidays are upon us. And we'll see how those go. But hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and be kind to someone, say a nice word to somebody. The world is struggling. You have a lot of people that are struggling. You never know what a kind word might mean to someone who's having a hard day. So everyone have a great weekend. Kurt, like I said, if you get a hold of me, you will not regret it. If it loses you money, I'll pay you the money back. I don't care. But you want to purchase Jarvis. It will be really good for you. All right, everybody have a great weekend, and we will talk to you guys on Monday. And I am going to start doing these a little bit more frequently. I do enjoy them. So everyone have a great weekend.